Vachalam Pangam Langayat. We're on Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 17, verse 12. And we might want to do verse 13 also because we have almost no purport. We no way to chant, no screen. Abhisandhāya tu phalam dambhārtham api caiva yat ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha tam yajñam viddhi rājasam abhisandhāya tu phalam dambhārtham api caiva yat ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha tam yajñam viddhi rājasam. Okay, some you have it. Daya tu phalam dambhārtham api caiva yat ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha tam yajñam viddhi rājasam. Abhisandhāya tu phalam dambhārtham api caiva yat ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha tam yajñam viddhi rājasam. Abhisandhāya tu phalam dambhārtham api caiva yat Okay. Abhisandhāya, desiring to, but phalam, the result, dambha, pride, artham, for the sake of, api, also, cha, and, eva, certainly, yat, that which, ijyate, is performed, bharata-śreṣṭha, O chief of the Bhāratas, tam, that, yajñam, sacrifice, viddhi, no, rājasam, in the mode of passion. But the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O chief of the Bhāratas, you should know to be in the mode of passion. So repeat that. But the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O chief of the Bhāratas, you should know to be in the mode of passion. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sometimes sacrifices and rituals are performed for elevation to the heavenly planet or to some material benefit in this world. Such sacrifices or ritualistic performances are considered to be in the mode of passion. Passion, passion. Right? Now we hear about this, find your passion. They use the word much different than this meaning. But it means something you really like, what you really want to do. So hopefully our passion would be to chant Hare Krishna, to hear the Krishna Katha. Generally, of course, sacrifice is done for material benefit. Dharma, artha, karma. We do religious activity to get some benefit. Then we get lusty. Then we want to enjoy. Dharma, artha, kama. Then moksha, because we never be satisfied by the sense gratification. In one purport in Brahma Samhita, it says something like atheistic, ritualistic, something, meant for fruitive gain. So there's many rituals people do. Nowadays, they have rituals, but they're nothing even to do with anything spiritual. They have satanic rituals, and they have just rituals for getting things done, how they do things. So the demons have the pride, dambho, darpa, vidanena, dambho, that's here, done for pride. I did the sacrifice. I made the biggest sacrifice. I gave the biggest donation. It doesn't work that way. We had in China once, we went to one Buddhist temple that was flourishing mostly with the students. So they made a lot of animated teachings. So one was early in the morning, and people are coming to the temple they offer incense. So it was early in the morning, and the monk came out, and the one in the line said, I was the first one here, I'm going to get the most, punya, right? I'm going to get the most mercy. And the monk was saying, well, that's not, exactly right. And another one said, I have the most incense to offer. I'm going to get the most benefit, right? And the monk was saying, no. A couple other things like that. So everybody understands this, but generally that's how everyone is thinking. You do this for material benefit. Even the Ashwamedha Yajña, if the king is doing it, it's for material benefit of the kingdom. Hopefully that king would be, using, when people are materially satisfied and everything is good, that they have spiritual guidance. But yajña really means for Vishnu. But you can do yajña for Vishnu for material gain, like Bali Maharaj. He was taking guidance from Sukracharya, his material guru, and to do yajña to Vishnu, and actually worship Vishnu, but for material power. And he got the power by serving the brahmanas, he became a very, very humble servant to the spiritual master. So he got benefit. That works in any relationship. If you're studying and you're a very, submissive, humble student or an apprentice, the teacher will favor you, naturally. So the guru is the same thing, but hopefully we have a guru who is going to favor you with spiritual benedictions. And Duryodhana was a very, very submissive student of Balaram. So Balaram favored him. Sometimes we get that question, well, why would Balaram favor Duryodhana? Of course, there's many reasons. There's a Leela. But Duryodhana was a really good student, totally submissive. did, and practiced like anything and did whatever he was taught. Duryodhana satisfied Durvasa Muni that way. But he just wanted to use that benediction then to cause trouble for the Pandavas, so that it's foolish. So that's in the mode of passion. What's in it for me? What will I get? People, that's the main reason people do dharma, religious activities, pious activities. I'll get some reputation, or I'll get some money, and I'll get elected. Whatever people are trying to get, a good husband, a good wife. Nowadays, not so many are, really trying to go to the heavenly planets. They don't even believe in it. They're not even thinking of a next life being good. Traditionally, if someone's doing yajña, they're doing charity, they're doing all these things. It's in the mode of passion, but they're trying to get a better life in the next life. At least they're aware that they're not the body. Now they're just trying to get power, influence, like it says here, for the sake of pride, thinking I'm very special, I'm very great, false pride. So Bhagavad Gita, I haven't counted, but the more you read Bhagavad Gita, there's so many verses. Nirmama, nirahankara, free from false pride, free from the bodily concept of life, free from thinking this is mine. These things are the how to surrender to Krishna. And many, many verses like that. It's very much repetition. So this whole chapter, when we hear the mode of goodness, I was teaching Bhagavad Gita a lot to yoga students in China, and I would just go over the verses on the mode of goodness, because everybody's quite familiar with passion and ignorance. But goodness, haven't really heard about that very much. Although the principles are there, like I heard the Japanese businessmen, they have some kind of codes or something from ancient culture, to work without attachment to the results or something, but to be equal in happiness and distress. But generally that's not the case. So the mode of goodness is always not expecting anything in return, and doing it out of duty, for the sake of doing it, to help others, but not expecting anything in return. Now, Lord Chaitanya also advised that, but a transcendental goodness. Trinadapi sunitrina tarorapi seshnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari amanina manadena, offering all respect to others and not expecting any in return. If you think about that, we recite that verse a lot, right? It's one of our main verses. Krishnadas Kaviraj said, keep it around your neck. In Radhakund you can buy one, it's written on your beads, right? Trinadapi sunitrina, it's a good idea. Humble, but not expecting, offering all respect to others, but not expecting anything in return. But we want respect. That's natural. So if we want to be a good person, then we should offer all respect to others, but not worried at what will I get. Because we want respect. Many surveys are done, many understanding, people that work in a company. In America, I think 90% of people say they're bored. It's boring, their work. But they say they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel like anybody cares about them in the company. no matter how much money they're making. They said that no matter if someone is making enough money to live comfortably, they'll do the work nicely. No matter how much more money you give them, they do the same work. But if you appreciate them, offer respect, tell them we really appreciate you, the company really needs you, they'll, even without the extra money, they will work much harder. So that's, we have to understand things. So Lord Chaitanya is telling us, offer all respect to others. Not just to, your friends. Like Lord Jesus said, love your enemy. He said it's easy to love your friends. It's not very difficult. But to love your enemy, that's the challenge. That requires real spiritual vision. So we want to not be stuck in the mode of passion. We're in a very passionate society. Work hard, get a degree, get a job, save your money, spend your money, actually. Mode of passion means you spend all your money also. The result, you're working for money, most people, that's the carrot they dangle. But then when they get the money, Prabhupada, from the second canto, that verse, what is it, Kadumba Viranena Me, they spend their days and nights sleeping and their days decorating their body, and they're working hard. And Prabhupada said, but they can't keep their money. They have to go shopping. You have to go to Louis Bazaar, right? You can't just sit out here and chant all day. That would be boring. But they must go shopping. Prabhupada said like that. They talk about the money burns a hole in your pocket, That's the Sudras. And people that are more intelligent, they invest their money and they don't go shopping, they don't buy new clothes, they don't buy fancy cars. They just invest it and get more and more money. But that's still in the mode of passion. They just enjoy. Then they can have big time enjoyment, they think, or sometime in the future. So we're looking for the mode of goodness. Mode of passion is all around us. India now is, I think, rated like very materialistic. The people, it means very passionate and very proud. They have the biggest economy. They're growing so fast, and their prime minister is recognized all over the world as a great man, and that's nice. And he is great in the sense that he supports spiritual activities, especially Hare Krishna. But if we get falsely proud, thinking I'm something special, the demon says, I will perform some sacrifice. Yajñaṁ nama yajñaste. I will do sacrifice in name only. And then I'll get a good reputation, right? So that's what is said here also. Out of pride, I made the biggest sacrifice. I sponsored the biggest something, So it could be even building a temple, it could be so many things. So the benefit, there's some benefit, but the real thing is we're doing it for Krishna without attachment, for the results. It's difficult. Devotees ask, well, then why are we trying to distribute so many books? Why do we want to open more temples? Right? But that's fruitive results. Fruitive means what will I get? Fruit I can enjoy. We want Krishna to enjoy. Krishna enjoys if we distribute a lot of books, if we do a lot of festivals, if we build more temples. That's for Krishna's pleasure. We enjoy automatically if Krishna's enjoying. If we're trying to enjoy independently of Krishna, then we won't enjoy the mode of passion. Happiness in the mode of passion seems wonderful in the beginning, it turns to poison. I guess a prime example would say like intoxication. Someone drinks a little bit, they become jolly, they become happy, they think that they're singing very beautifully, and everything looks nice. But then later there's, in drinking they call it a hangover, in drugs you call it a crash. You go up and you crash. So that's not very good. You get an airplane that just crashes. Then you get another one like a video game, and you can try again. Not very good. In the mode of ignorance, it's painful from the beginning and always painful. In the mode of goodness, it seems like poison in the beginning. Ooh, I have to get up early. I have to chant, I have to bow down to these other devotees, but I don't like this one. It's poison. But if we do it, it turns to nectar. It turns to nectar. I have to eat only prasadam, And some of these things sound to people who haven't tried it like, very difficult. But you want to accomplish anything, it requires a little tapasya, practice. But the practice of bhakti is blissful, oftentimes right from the very beginning. Chanting the holy name, taking prasadam, it's not like so difficult. But to do that regularly, day after day after day, and ignoring the pushings of the manasukroda vegam, jiva vegam, manasukroda, all those pushing, ignoring those things and just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. That's our yajña, nam yajña. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And that's the yajña for this age. Other yajñas, you can't, even the difference of the nam yajña is it's completely spiritual. One can chant, trying to get material gain, but generally you won't get it. That's why some people give up. They get some idea that if I chant, I'll get, somehow they get the wrong idea. You'll get some kind of material gain, and if they don't get it, they might give up. But if they keep chanting, then they'll be like Dhruva Maharaj, and the passionate, lusty desires will seem insignificant compared to what we get for chanting, compared to the benefit we get for chanting. It's so great. I remember when I was early time distributing books in Los Angeles, and there was one guy there, he was in a particular Japanese group that very much promotes, if you chant our mantra, you will get so much material benefit. Nam Myo Ringyo Kyo. And you'll get, your head will expand, you'll become beautiful, you'll become an expert musician, you'll graduate magna cum laude, they promise like that. And so I was distributing books, and this guy came up to me and said, "You should chant this." I said, "Why?" He said, I chanted this, and I got a girlfriend, and I got a new car, and I got this, and I got that. I said, "Well, I just left all those things. Why, I don't want them." And he was like, how could you, what do you mean, But, so mostly the preachers of Kali Yuga, whatever they're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, they're promising material gain. You come to my church. in America, the Christianity that's the most booming at the moment is called prosperity religion, prosperity church. God wants you to be rich. And I'm rich, I'm the pastor. You come to my church, you'll get rich also. And the pastor gets more and more rich. And I don't know about the other people. They're also very popular in Africa. Bhakti-tirtha said if it worked, everyone in Nigeria would be rich, because everybody goes to church and everybody prays for money, and these pastors fly around in private jets telling people, I'll make you rich. And the last time I just was in Nigeria, and I noticed there's been a switch from this going to church to promising to get rich. Now there's so much gambling. Everywhere there's a gambling club. And just call in, make your bet, come here and you'll collect your money, you know. So people are risking their money, instead of giving it to the church, they're giving it to the gambling, because the church didn't pay off like it promised. That's not, and there are, you know, intelligent people that say this is not the Bible, this is not Jesus, this is certainly not Hinduism, you know, not that you'll just get rich, but generally it's like that. You can get a better life. So Krishna says, look out for the flowery words of the Vedas, which promise all these things. I was reading Mahabharata long ago. In one section, I found it quite boring actually after a while, but it was saying how if you do this yajña, you can get to heavenly planet for so many years, and you'll have beautiful clothes decorated with so much jewelry, and you'll have an airplane that'll go wherever you want to go, much better than a BMW, and you'll have a group of people singing your glories, and then more and more yajña. You can have 10 million years, 100 million years. Who would want that? You know? But people are working now, they don't even believe in that. They just think if I get the BMW, everything will be fine. They say in Los Angeles freeway, it's famous for traffic jam. 5 lanes that don't move every afternoon, every morning. And the sign on the big signboard says, BMW, own the highway. Like if you have that car, everybody will step aside. Even if you have a police car with an ambulance siren, they can't move out of your way. So what to speak that they don't respect you for any reason. You're stuck in the traffic. You may have a better stereo system or something, but you're a better air conditioner, but you're stuck. So there's foolishness. But devotees, they don't care for those things. We're just trying to please Krishna. And let Krishna may Asla Shiva Parvatam Panashtumam Adarshanam Bharmatam Karotava Yatata Tava Vidadato Lampato Mat Pranas. Nah, you know, Krishna is my Lord, and I'll accept him no matter what. Even if he makes me unhappy, even if he ignores me, even if he doesn't give me any material gain. This is a prayer of Radharani. It should be, you know, we should be striving for that. But Krishna is very kind, so if someone really pleases Krishna, you know, he may give them a lot of material opulence, if it's going to help them to serve him more. If it's not going to help, he'll take everything away. He can do whatever he wants. But the devotee will be happy. Prabhupada, like Krishna told Yudhishthira, when I especially favor someone, I take away everything. And Yudhishthira was saying, you know, I'm a perfect king. Never did anything impious or sinful. Always completely good. Why is this happening? All of a sudden are exiled to the forest, got nothing. Krishna said, that's my special mercy. Prabhupada described his own life. He was predicted to become very rich, like the Birlas. I guess now you'd say the Ambanis, right? The young people know about the Birlas. They're still quite rich, but anyway, but Prabhupada's business was going up, but then so many things went wrong. And Prabhupada, when he tells the story, he mentions that verse again and again. When Krishna, he said Krishna dismantled everything. But then he left Prabhupada, no family, the family rejected him. He wrote that poem in Vrindavan. But he dedicated everything for preaching. He got to America, still nothing, no results for some time. And then all of a sudden he had so many temples, so many books, so much money, so many followers. So we don't know what Krishna's plan is. Prabhupada knew. We saw in the museum here the other day his flyer that he made advertising his Bhagavatam, and that he took on the ship with him and was distributing this. 60 volumes. He had 3 volumes. He had no help. He had no money. He didn't know anybody in America. But he's advertising 60 volumes in international society, you know. But he had the vision. So we need that vision. We're seeing here inconceivable crowds coming into Vrindavan now. It wasn't like that when Prabhupada built this temple. People thought, who will come here? It's so far away. The next thing down the road was Fogel Ashram. I remember walking from Fogel Ashram to Mangal Artik, and you could hear the pigs because people were passing stool along the road. There was nothing there, just fields. If you went to this side, to the right outside from the temple, it was a forest. Peacocks everywhere, and those Nilagai with deer were everywhere. You know, there was nothing, a dirt road. Once in a while a bullock cart would come. Prabhupada's morning walk, maybe 1 or 2 people would pass and just walk up that road. Radhe, Radhe, you know, Prabhupada would say Hare Krishna. But things changed because of the preaching of it. So weird. I remember one of my devotee friends, one year we were packed in the back of the temple. He said, maybe we're preaching too much, you know. But we build more temples. We have to expand. Every town and village. Lord Chaitanya predicted this. There'd be chanting everywhere. So people are coming. Somehow or other, Prabhupada made Vrindavan famous. Everybody from Delhi now, they buy houses in Vrindavan. I know when I first came to India, I met people in Delhi and I said, have you been to Vrindavan? What's Vrindavan? You know, in Calcutta, nobody went to Mayapur. Now everybody goes to Mayapur. They have to build new highways. And here, this is a 4-lane racetrack now. Even the Parikama Road is a racetrack. Everything changes. But Prabhupada was doing it for Krishna's pleasure, not for reputation, not for money, selling so many books. All the money that came, he just printed more books and opened temples. He expertly used the money like that. So we have to learn this, try to come to the mode of goodness. That's our real business. And that means Sankirtan Yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So devotees are taking shelter of the holy name. We just heard from Israel, you know, that you might have heard about the situation there. So the devotees are getting together and chanting much more than they did before. And they're having actually realizations about the power of the holy name, becoming very enlivened. Of course, we still want to pray for them because it's too insane. It's a very small place, you know. If too many bombs start flying. But of course, they're saying kill all the Jews, and Hare Krishnas aren't Jews, but they won't be able to discriminate. So, but we don't realize, you know, Kunti prayed for more trouble. Why did she pray for trouble? She said, because when there's trouble, we surrender. Krishna comes to help us. She listed off all the times when they were really trouble and they're really desperate, Krishna is immediately helping. So she thought if everything is nice, we won't remember Krishna. But we don't pray like that, it's dangerous. We're not ready for that. Krishna, give me more trouble. We have enough trouble. We want to learn to tolerate the trouble and chant the holy name in a humble state of mind, offering all respect to others. We know that if you're a Sankirtan book distributor or something, if you're very respectful to people, they reciprocate. If we start to think, oh, these stupid people, happens to me all the time, then nobody wants you around, But if you're actually seeing Krishna's in their heart, Krishna wants them, to connect with him, and we're real understanding that Krishna sent them for us to talk to, and we're very respectful. Everyone is Prabhu, and especially amongst devotees. I was just hearing my god sister Govinda Dasi, who happened to be Prabhupada's secretary at the time when he said, every devotee should call every devotee Prabhu. He didn't say, call all the men Prabhu. He said, and I am Prabhupada. You are all Prabhu, and I'm the big Prabhu. You're all master, but don't call yourself Prabhu ever. Call everyone else Prabhu. So that was like that. When I joined, we didn't, everybody. I just was a long-haired, unclean hippie, and that all the devotees said Prabhu, and they offer obeisances. They didn't think, is this one superior, should I bow down? This one should bow down to me. It wasn't like that. But these things happen, by the course of time, so we have to be very careful. Offer all respect to everyone. Everyone is Prabhu, and I am the Das. We often forget that that's our name. My initiation name is Das. The other names are Krishna's names. Das is my name. Whatever you're, Govinda Dasi, or you're Radha Krishna Dasi, or Radha Krishna Das, or Gauranga Das, those are names of Krishna, but Das is my name. Your name is Das. Your name is Dasi. We're servants of Krishna. And then because of that, we're servants of everybody. So I'm kind of exhausted. But these verses are really wonderful. I recommend that. Just go over all the verses about the mode of goodness. See if you can actually come to that platform. We want to be Shuddha Sattva. We want to be on the transcendental platform. But the material mode of goodness is the platform that we can go to the spiritual mode. So we want to get out from the passion, ignorance, wanting, something for our activity, and just trying to please Krishna. So eating, talking, everything Krishna describes, how to do it, and what is the mode of goodness, charity, everything. So and you've been reading this chapter, so I want to thank everybody very much. I hope you have some comments or question. I heard Shankar Shan Prabhu yesterday saying, I like questions, right? You know him? He gave the Bhagavatam class. He has this, he was the first devotee to do real internet preaching. And when it started, it sounded like, how could this work? What does he call it? The supreme self-realization, something like, sounds really puffed up, but even many years, I don't know now, I can't imagine, but many years ago, we had like 17,000 people signed up. So all day he's answering their letters and questions and, thinking of his thought for the day. Yesterday he told me I'm studying, all these methods of getting free advertising to get more people on. So he's traveling all over the world, all these people he connected with, by advertising the topmost self-realization process or something, which is Bhagavad Gita. But somehow it worked. He really wanted to do it. Now, this is a very important way to preach. He's shown us, and many other devotees also doing such brilliant things online. Most of the advertisements, you can make so much money online. I don't believe it's true but you can make you can spread the holy name very effectively online. We were in Greece, and some friends had yoga, and they had Charna Chaitanya. Charna Chaitanya, you must know him, he's very popular, kirtan, from Croatia. And he was there. I asked her, how did you know about him? Oh, I heard him singing on YouTube. I said, he's got to come here. So get out there. Everybody put something out there. And, put some kind of picture or sloka or something, Krishna. Somebody will see it. Somebody will benefit. According to your whatever, somebody will get 1 million followers. Somebody will get 1. It doesn't matter, Krishna is pleased. The same for Krishna. So, any comments, please, or questions? Anybody? We're so spread out here, The other room was so intimate, Who has experience with the mode of passion? If you read the 3rd canto, and Kapila Dev, I remember when we first read that, and he said you could be chanting in the mode of ignorance. And it was, how can you chant in the mode of ignorance? The holy name is transcendental, right? How can chanting be in tamasic? Or chanting can be rājasic. But it can be. if we're chanting for material gain. But the mode of passion is so much promoted, everywhere. Work your way to the top, You can win. You can be number 1. Always, striving like that. So anyway, I'm ready if anybody has comment we'd like to hear. Yeah? No, it is. All right, so we didn't enliven anybody? Have microphone?
Thank you. Thank you a lot for the lesson, Maharaji. I have a question. So, to understand if I am doing something of passion, like self-diagnosis, so do I understand correct that if I sort of, want to have some fruits from it, whatever I'm doing, it means that I am in passion? Or what is the indicator how to catch yourself that you are acting in passion mode? And another question, if I already see that I'm doing something from passion right now, how to switch, like internally myself into the goodness mode.
Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lavamatra Sarva Siddhi, Sarva Shastra Hoy. The process works. So we're getting purified, so we have all kinds of problems. But like here, this verse, it says, in the purport. Anyway, we have desires, so we have a lot of different desires. So they just have to be purified. And that by practicing, the process works, it's a cleansing process. So the dirt in the mind will be cleansed out. We have to cut through the ignorance with the sword of knowledge. One class, Prabhupada, and he went like this, he said, and this is the sword, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it works. We're taking bath in the holy name, we're taking bath in the Sangha, the tapasya of hearing regularly Bhagavatam, of trying to do whatever services are assigned to us or whatever we find our passion. Somebody, you could say that a preacher may seem very passionate, he wants to distribute a lot of books, but it's not the mode of passion. So, but the dirt is coming out. Sometimes it's quite shocking to see it. But if we just hang in there, just keep like walking. If people walk like Bhakti Marg Swami walked across Canada 5 times, what's that, 5,000 kilometers or something, but just keep walking. 40 kilometers a day, day after day after day, you get there. So you keep chanting, and we have ups and downs because the modes of nature are acting on us, and they're trying to knock us down, mode of ignorance. But if we keep chanting, Krishna will pull us through all that until finally all the baggage drops off. We realize we don't need all these things. We live without all that. So thank you for anybody who wants to be purified. That's like glorious. Like Lord Chaitanya told the devotee, he wanted to take all the sinful reactions of everybody so they could be liberated. He said, you don't have to take the sinful reactions. Just by your desire, Krishna will give help everybody like that. Okay? So thank you.
Thank you.
So, and now we hear a lot about mindfulness because meditation is very popular. But that, for us, someone asked me, how does that fit into? For us, it means attentive chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, nothing else. Right? Mindful. Be in the moment. There was a very popular book before I joined. Somehow I never read it. I heard about it all the time. Be Here Now. Many devotees, that book really was a stepping stone for them. But it's right. When you're chanting, not just wherever you are, be absorbed in that place, Be wherever you are, be with Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like when I was distributing books in the airport, I thought the airport, this is the most blissful place in the world. This is like ecstasy here. It's like an ocean of mercy coming. Now when I go in the airport, it's, God, this is the worst place ever. Let's get out of here, But we have to use it for Krishna. So when we go out for kirtan, we're out in the road, street, chanting, even, of course here it's especially no problem. I passed that kirtan party, those Russians, there was a big roadblock. There's so many people were dancing in front of them. But any place becomes Vaikuntha if we're mindful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. All right? So time is up. Thank you very much. Welcome to Vrindavan. The crowds started this morning. And I just came, I thought I wasn't going to make it, but the devotees, they got some guy on a motorcycle, he said 50 rupees, and the guy was really expert, and he just got me here. Unbelievable. Krishna arranges things, We were in Mayapur, and the Mataji said, there's no fruit markets around here. I said, what do you want? She said, I want bananas. And we walked out from the temple in Navadvip, and there was a guy selling cucumbers, and I said, you have bananas? No, the guy behind you has bananas. Just instantly Krishna provided, because she wanted bananas to offer her shalagram. So Krishna helps us. So we just keep begging for help. Vaisheshika, someone asked him, what is the meaning of the Maha Mantra? He said, it means, I need help. And I thought that was very good. I need help. So I need help because I'm supposed to have another class in a half hour online. I have to find a place to do it. So thank you very much. So take Vrindavan seriously, chant, serve devotees, serve the Dham, in whatever way you can. And there's a lot of mercy here. And we want to come here to get recharged so that we can spread it wherever we go back to. Hopefully we're going back all over the world. The world is suffering only because of lack of Krishna consciousness. Everything else is in overabundance. Every material thing. But Krishna consciousness is lacking. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. Hare Krishna.